Hello, Shariff here. And today I'm going to talk to you about our catalyst meditation. And I'm going to invite you to participate in a new iteration or new way of doing the catalyst meditation. And I'll tell you who we are in a bit, have been doing this catalyst meditation, a small group of us, since August of last year. And we keep it going, we keep continuing it, and now we're about to expand it to another level, and we need you to help us to expand it. I want to talk to you about what it is that Commonway does. I'm going to do that in like 10 seconds, maybe 20, and then talk to you about the catalyst meditation itself. For those of you who have been with Commonway for a long time, you know the drill. Our goal, our vision, our way of looking at the world is that we're creating a world that works for all living beings. Out of the mess that we've got right now, we're going to create a world that actually is based on beauty. We're doing this by aligning our thoughts and aligning our actions with our vision. And that's a key element in what we're doing. Many of you, when I say things like that, you nod, yes, I agree with that. And then you spend your time thinking about what you don't want. You spend your time criticizing the current American administration, while you also know that every minute you spend on that makes that administration stronger. You know the laws of attraction. You know it works, and then you think it doesn't apply to you, that you can say anything you want to say, and that negative energy doesn't make that process stronger. Okay, so you're coming to realize, some of you are coming to realize that you've got to be disciplined, regardless of how much you would like to be critical, etc. That all that gets you is what you don't want. You get you more of what you don't want. Our goal is to refocus your attention so that we can start to build the energy that will actually transform things, as opposed to making the thing that you don't want stronger. And our method of doing that is for us to become colony beings. Now, I'm going to do a whole new video, a different video on what we mean by colony beings. But basically, all of us are colonies right now. We're colonies with each other. Our 10 trillion cells, the 10 trillion cells that call themselves Shariff, talking to you right now, is a colony. And this colony unites with all the other colonies on our planet, all other beings on our planet. And we will be forming, our process is to form a new way, a new mechanism, a new construct of consciousness on the planet. And the way we're doing that is with our catalyst meditation. Now, many of you know about meditation. You've been meditating longer than me. You've been meditating more directly than me. You've got tried and true, proven techniques for how you meditate and what you do. This is not to replace any of that. This is to add to it a different level or different kind of meditation. I would say 99% of meditative processes are focused on you as an individual. It's you getting in touch with your inner self, getting in touch with your higher consciousness, getting in touch with you. What the Dalai Lama calls the preoccupation with yourself. Our goal is to end that preoccupation by having us focus on us as all living beings on this planet. Now, I'm not saying there's not life on other planets. We're going to focus on this one right now. I think that's kind of important. This consciousness is going to, the cultivation of this new to us consciousness is going to be the backdrop, the fundamental force of our reality on this planet. We will become conscious as meta beings. That this particular meat sack or your particular meat sack is irrelevant next to the totality of our planet. So our goal is for us to become an integral, powerful, loving part of a much, much larger consciousness. This forms the basis of a new civilization. A civilization not based on fear, but based on love. A civilization not based on the individual, the idea that my individual consciousness is the only consciousness on the planet right now. The breaker concept of consciousness is as arrogant as you can get, that only I have consciousness or only humans have consciousness. We don't even have the most powerful consciousness on the planet. That's reserved to a number of our elder species. Whales, dolphins, elephants, lots and lots of folks are further out there, and we have the arrogance of saying we are the conscious ones. It's time for us to get over ourselves. So to move away from fear and distrust and suspicion and start the process of creating a society that's actually based on love, on us loving ourselves, loving each other, loving the divine, and loving all other species. And we can do that. We can develop a society away from manipulation, command, and control, and develop a society that's based on the 5 latent powers. And you should look at my video on the 5 latent powers. And again, if I do this right, and I'm not sure, I'm still learning how to do this, but up above my head, you should see a link for the 5 latent powers. And if you don't see that, you should see it down in the description. So the way we're going to do this is through the meditation, the catalyst meditation. We've been doing this on a daily basis since, as I said, the early part of August. But many people have been saying, I can't attend it. It's not at a good time. There are people in different parts of the planet. There are people who are working in different kinds of levels. And then just making a commitment to every day is a bit much. So we're going to be doing this new meditation that ties into the daily meditation. We're going to be doing it on a quarterly basis. And so for the next 4 quarters in our month, we're going to be doing the catalyst meditation. Now it's going to be we're starting the first one on the 27th of February, and that's going to be on the new moon, and that is going to be starting at 7 a.m. Pacific time. And the first half of that, from 7 to about 7:30 or so, we're just going to be organizing ourselves. I'm going to go through in detail how we're going to do the meditation, what to expect, where the where the breaks will be, and things like that. Starting promptly at 7:30, and when I mean promptly, if you're not there at 7:30, you probably won't get in. It's time for us to start practicing discipline, not saying, oh, 7:32, oh, maybe I'll make a cup of coffee, and oh, I'll check out this thing that Shariff is doing, etc. If that's the attitude that you're bringing to it, save it for a day when you think that this is important. I just want to tell you, the day that you think it's important is going to be too late. Okay. You have an opportunity now for us to come together to answer the call that we have, the call of our family. And I mean our human family and the call of our family of living beings to change this world. Let's do that. So starting at the top of the hour, we'll have time to talk back and forth. We'll have time to get into the process, etc. At 7:30 a.m., we will start the meditation. And the meditation's been about 25 minutes, and it has a number of elements to it. First thing we do is center ourselves and sync ourselves with each other. And there's a process we use to do that. Then there's a process of us calling all beings. Again, this is not my meditation as an individual. This is our meditation as a colony. And that colony consists of all beings, including the beings you don't think about all the time, like the 9 trillion beings inside of you right now. You ought to get to know them. You ought to have an attitude toward them of reverence because they're keeping you alive. We then, once we've called all these beings, we harmonize and blend with them. Then we declare our vision. So I just told you part of the vision. We're creating a world that works for all living beings. Let's say that out loud, okay? Let's let that radiate out into the world. Now, I've been radiating that. I've been wearing the button and radiating that out for the past 25 years. It's time for us to take that and supersize it. It's time for us to be more than a handful of people doing that. It's time for that handful to start magnetizing all the rest of us. Once we do that, once we declare our visions, we then will meditate within the energy of the whole. We'll meditate within the energy of Mother Earth. We'll meditate within the energy of Gaia. We generally do that for between 8 to 10 minutes, and then we have a formal ending. And that is generally the end of the process. Some of us have stayed on the line and we'll just discuss whatever has come up for us in the meditation. And a lot of stuff has been coming up in the meditation. This has been a very healing moment for a lot of us, and a very, we've been learning a lot with each other. I invite you to participate. I mean, there's no cost. There's no dogma. You don't have to sign in blood to anywhere. I'm trying to make this process of the meditation relatively easy, meaning you can, instead of saying it's every day, instead of making it all day, let's just do these 4 uh, the 27th, the 6th of March, the 13th of March, and whatever the next date is. And let's see how we go. One other change. Some of you are in other countries, other regions of the world, where trying to be up at my 7 a.m. is not easy. We're going to have 2 other times on each of those days when you can sign into a live stream and get the recording of the 7 a.m. or 7:30 a.m. meditation. That's going to be so that we can start this coordination being not something that's happening in the Pacific Northwest, not something that's happening in America, but something that's happening on our planet for all. You have some questions. You're free to leave a question or a comment, and comments are great. I mean, I read them. I like them when they're actually relevant. I'll comment as I will reply as I can. And let's start the process of creating a world that works for all living beings. Thank you. And I look forward to talking with you about this. And I also look forward to you being there on the 27th. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye.